Let me talk about Juneteenth. People only know about it because it's a national holiday now. Now, June 19th is a celebration that stems from June 19th, 1865, when 250,000 African Americans were freed by the U.S. Army in Galveston, Texas, and all throughout Texas. Basically 2.5 years after Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And that was all during the American Civil War, and the Juneteenth celebration was the last defense in the final days of that Civil War. It was the last slavery battle, basically. I just find it very ironic that the U.S. Army being able to free African Americans when all they do is enslave people for a living. Speaking of Abraham Lincoln, right? If you don't know by now, don't think he freed the slaves based on the kindness out of his heart because he loved black people. No, it was all for political and war states. And actually, he was fine with sending the free slaves back to Africa, to Libya. But even before Juneteenth, right, some slaves were technically free in the Confederate States once the Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863. But the Emancipation Proclamation was only good as the Army's enforcement of it, meaning slavery only ended in a region when the Army occupied that territory. That's crazy. In 1980, Texas was the first state to make it a state holiday. Then a couple other states did it right after. And then in 2021, that's when now it's a world national holiday. But it's like my personal feelings on it. I don't like it that it's a national holiday because I don't like when sacred, indigenous, African, esoteric traditions become, let's say, used for a national gain because it's all about profit. It's not for the enlightenment and the liberation of people. Not at all. They was literally forced to make that a holiday because around 2021, that's when all of the George Floyd and many countless, the protests and everything was going on. It was crazy during that time. They was forced to do that. I just don't like holidays in general because holidays are nothing but a trend. And trends die out, right? Basically, when the trend is over, people forget about it. And that's what holidays is. That's why I don't like things like, let's say, Black History Month or these things, because once that February is over, people don't give a damn about Black history no more. They only studying the Black history during that month because it's a trend, because society is doing it. But when it comes from someone like me and a million other people who study African indigenous history like every day, that's like an insult to my intelligence. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all of these independence days really don't mean shit because you ain't independent. This is not like let's say it's a physical sovereign place, right? Where we can roam freely, black and white people can walk on the same sidewalk.